We hope that this study will be beneficial for organizations and they can use it to design workplace practices and HR policies that really supports and embrace this new generation. My name is Malinisa Saidiyakon. I'm currently a full-time faculty member at Mahidol University International College, working for the Business Administration Division. Today I'm going to share with you one of my research publications titled Understanding Generation Z Through Collective Consciousness, Impacts for Hospitality Work and Employment. This paper was published in the International Journal of Hospitality Management, a leading journal in hospitality and tourism, with Associate Professor David Solnit and Maria Golubovskaya. Our common interest to undertake this study was inspired by the need to understand who this Generation Z are, a young generation born during 1995 to 2010, aged currently around 11 to 26 years old. We are looking at exploring how Generation Z, what kind of experiences did they encounter, and these shared experiences, how does it shape their basic human values and actually provide implication for their work values. So when we talk about formative experiences, we're talking about four main things. Are there any major events such as political events, war, social events, environmental events that influences their way of thinking and their attitude? We're talking also about personal events such as their relationship with family, friends, at school, at work, in their personal time. How does that affect who they will become? The third thing is the social vehicle, which is the influence that they receive from people around them or public figures that matters to them. And the last particular factor is what is called technological vehicles, or what are the technological factors that influence their thinking, their attitudes, and their behaviors. While there are a lot of studies that have tended to look at generational characteristics, their values, and their attitudes, especially of older generation, especially in terms of how the linkages of their formative experiences can shape their basic human values. In this study, we used the qualitative narrative research approach, wherein students, 125 of them that were studying in Thai University, actually wrote about themselves. So they were writing about what formative experiences did they encounter when they were young, what they think are their basic human values, and what is it that motivates and makes them happy at work. We found a lot of things from this study. The major events actually shaped them to become who they are in the sense of wanting to care about other people. In terms of personal events, made them become very reliant, very mature, and very adaptive. A lot of them had to try to regain their self-respect and their self-love. Social vehicles talks about who it is that might be the key influence. These particular people shape how they think. A lot of them to have more confidence, to respect and love themselves more. The last dimension of formative experiences are technological vehicles, shape them to become very skeptical, but also at the same time open-minded and very empathetic. In the study, we were not just curious to understand what the formative experiences of the Generation Z are, but how it linked to their basic human values. Based on Schwartz's basic human values, which consist of 10 human values, this is a generation that actually valued universalism, benevolence, security, self-direction, and achievement. Reflects on how they can do good and help others beyond themselves and their friends. Values true friendship, sincere relationship, and true connection with other people that are around them. And they actually hope that these people would respect them in the same way and provide them with the same kind of relationship. They're determined to be really independent and to really work for themselves, strive for themselves for what they want to achieve in their life. And very pragmatic, realistic, and to lead their life in a way that is careful and conscious. Some of us might wonder whether there are some commonalities that you can find between Generation Z and other generations, such as Generation Z share similarities with the baby boomers for achievement and security, with Gen X on achievement and self-direction, and with Gen Y on self-direction and benevolence. Nevertheless, what distinguishes Gen Z from all of these generations is their high concern for universalism and benevolence. So in the last part of our exploration, we asked the students to write about what makes them happy at work. 3 important findings emerged from the answers. The first one was that they valued positive relationship with coworkers. The second answer was a desire to contribute further to society. And the last one was the need for meaningful work. Together, this represents what we call their work values. This has led us to thinking about what managerial implications does our study have, and how can hospitality organizations take part of our study to be used in practice. This draws us to the last part of our study. What implications can we provide for the hospitality context? We suggest that companies can build on universalism by trying to create policies and practices on activities that represent pro-social behaviors, on sustainability programs, and on respecting diversity and inclusion. Many companies inside the hospitality sector, such as hotels, are focusing on the SDG goals, like Hilton, to design practices that show that they care about society. It's about reducing waste, helping female workers to actually strive more, or at the same time concerning about environmental issues. Companies can work on supporting benevolence by showing that they have sincere and honest relationship with their employees. They can do so by caring about the well-being and about the safety. Lastly, companies can support self-direction by focusing on employees' autonomy, freedom, and flexibility in the workplace. They can focus on achievement by caring about the employees' professional and personal growth, having a clear career ladder for them, and most importantly, providing transparent policies that embraces the concept of security in their mind. We hope that this study will be beneficial for organizations looking to attract and retain the Generation Z, and they can use it to design workplace practices and HR policies that really supports and embrace this new generation that have already entered the organization.